Hello everyone, this is Shiny Noctiles, and I figured after a short break that I'd come back to stream a bit more for you guys. Let me get everything set up here. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Let me talk to Urqopacha first. Not my finest moment, I'll admit, but now that we're here, let's do what we came to do, find the Elector. Allow me to propose the strategy then. Cryo, Alice and I will speak with the merchants. Urqopacha, you and Aranville might try approaching travelers and passerby. Gem, pray investigate any of the other establishments, sorry about that, which catch your eye. Should we learn auto of use, let us relay it to the third promise. Storm may have damaged a number of our caravans. They must be inspected before they can safely be used for travel. The Dawn servant's Elector. Oh, I thought you were a new face in town, here for the right of succession, I take it. Me, I don't care who sits the throne so long as the keeper all peaceful. People tend not to be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mescal once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? A joy shared is a joy doubled, I'd say. Alright, yes, you were asking about that Elector business. Being but freshly returned from my trading route, I've heard that there's a contest afoot, but not much else. Our head ledger, Tubliel, could probably tell you more about it. I want to see what's here real quick. Let's just get back here. Okay, give me a second. Lectors. Oh yes, I've heard all about the right of succession. You're looking to put a new ruler on the throne, eh? Personally, I'm rooting for Zarlja. First promise wins, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers. The thousands call them, potentially. So many trading options spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming around to my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Do you care to purchase something? Very well, you said you wanted to know about the Elector. I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you you're no supporter of Zero Gel or his policies. I'm gonna check something here real quick. Let's see. Okay. Hello there, I'm Malbul. Do you have a question for me? Sorry, I don't know about any electors. You should take a moment to see our prize alpacas before you leave, though. But be sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close and our nervous darlings may be tempted to spit on you. That stuff stinks. It happened to a visiting buyer not so long ago. Tubiel, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving a proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Tubiel noticing. He knows everything that happens on this ranch. Let's see. I love the alpacas. Looks so cool. Have you spoken with Yavil yonder? He loves alpacas dearly, but the feeling does not appear to be mutual. Not with this lot, at any rate. I still hear the GPU. I learned today about apparently the noise I was hearing is called GPU coiling. Apparently, it's normal, like for GPUs to do that when you're utilizing most of it. I don't really hear it as much now, though. I think the changing the settings definitely helped. But we'll see, especially during the cutscenes, how it goes. Graphics are fine now, though. I think it's just perfect. Could also be because I'm streaming as well at the same time, so. But I want to do it for you guys, so. You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost bought a bottle of mezcal, a stack of blankets, and then there was this enchanting ornament. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Toviol is the man to talk to about the contest. Now if only they'd share where this head ledger of theirs is to be found. Hey, you can't blame them for being good traders. It's kind of like the Japanese, I think, you know. Really, he's also the head rancher. Well, the alpaca ranch is not far from here. I say we pay a visit before the others return. Plus, I bet the alpaca blankets are pretty warm, so. Sorry, that's a lot of alpaca. Shiver, that's a lot of alpacas. Still, we know the head ledger could be here somewhere. I can't let fear deter me. Not to say that I'm scared, of course. Excuse me, is one of these workers Tubiel? Tobiel? Oh yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is, though. Can? Is this part of the contest? All I can say is Tubiel often mentions his favorite pungent subject. He also can't resist a profitable trade, though who among us could, am I right? Though if we bring him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. Ah, so it's a game, like a game. Easy enough, all I have to do is offer Tubiel a deal he can't ignore. No problem at all. Well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone we think might be Tubiel. Let's ask some questions first and narrow down the field. Great, we can meet back here to share our impressions. Well, obviously I'm not Tubiel. I mean, oops, I shouldn't have said that. You're meant to find out for yourself who Tubiel is, or if an elector is even in the village at all. Good luck. A visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movement slow and deliberate. My Tubiel? Yes, that's me. Excellent work from the third promise and her entourage. Sharp instincts. Shall we commence the right succession then? I think I might be Tubiel. Haha, well maybe I am. All I can say is that did in this village not have reared more alpacas then? Remember, I never actually said there was an elector in Watchin Pelu. Oh, here. I see. We're both done with our interrogations. So who do you think it is? I have my suspicions, but let's hear your pick. try the nonchalant ranch hand. You seem unconvincing to me, but if that's your choice, then that's who we'll talk to. To be all, I offer you a deal, the truth of who you are in exchange for a tidy sum. What do you say? I say, hand over the coin. The truth is, I'm not even a ranch hand. I just like to come by and watch the alpacas. Why, you don't even work here. I knew I should have gone with my gut on this one. Now is not the time to mourn and waste a coin. We need to regroup and rethink this. Let's try a diligent ranch hand. The workers so intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip the mask off our mystery ranch hands, so to speak. We know it's you, Tubial, and I approve it. I propose a deal, a generous sum of coin for confirmation of your true identity. An offer I gladly accept. As you have correctly guessed, I'm indeed Tubial, head ledger of Wachin Pelu, head rancher of the family ranch. I am also one of Gulia Jaja's chosen electors. Aha, and a place featured in a Tulioliol saga, just as we thought. Though it took more coin than I would have liked to know for certain. She found you out fair and square, Tubial. And I'm glad she did. We would have been a pity had her bid ended here.
Deducing the Dawnservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Right. Not hard at all.
Oh, there he is.
Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobli, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobli. That's part of the test.
You're Tobli.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge. Per the Dawnservant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered the number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one. You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example! This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, Third Promise?
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said. little monster spat on me! Oh, that stinks. I can't.
Ah, poor Urqopacha.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly.
I'm gonna check something here real quick.
Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit. As you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Wild valley breed like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching. The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the rite, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
Right then.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas. But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Are you all right, Urqopacha? We thought we heard you scream.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
Did you find the Elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
I'm gonna check something real quick here. I know I keep kind of going off and on. Just gonna see if there's any way I can lower GPU utilization. If not, it's okay. But It should be fine, I think. Yeah. I think I can live with it. I only really hear it during cutscenes, so as long as you guys don't hear it, that's the important thing. So I had to go and wash that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me? Just make sure that stench has ruined my sense of smell. Yeah, I saw that look. There's a few quests I can pick up now. Why, hello there. Tell me, friend, are you not curious about the vibrant, carmine hue of our traditional wear? Shade this vivid can only be brought out through the application of age-old dyeing technique. Help me out and I'll tell you all about it. The hill southwest of here, which you can reach by exiting from the nearby gate, there are a few spots where sapped, not cactors are commonly found. I would like you to collect precisely 2 of them for me. Or no, I prepared these 2 remarkably thick sacks that should get you the job done. I appreciate your assistance. You must be the artisan from Tulioyol. You're right on time. The damage the caravan sustained from the storm must be evaluated as soon as possible, so I must ask you to begin the inspection immediately. I'm sure you know this well enough, but be sure to check whether any of the frames have been cracked, canopies ripped, or the balloons on either side punctured. Do not move the caravans until we know they are safe. Have care while inspecting the caravans. You'll find caravans stopped throughout the settlement. You need but inform me when you're finished. Or when you finished it. Let's do this one. Carefully examine every elm of the caravan, but discover no. Canopies fastenings appear to be becoming loose. While this will not impede the caravan's ability to travel, repairs would undoubtedly lead to a more enjoyable journey for its passengers. I think what mounts. It's expansion. Go for our dragon friend. You notice water pooling in the caravan's interior. If it is not removed swiftly, the flooring's integrity may be compromised. Might want to bring my chocobo out too. Yeah, might go quickly to my FC house and pick it up. Carefully examine the balloon, but are unable to identify any punctures or tears that might prevent travel. Oh, you did a wonderful job, though it seems some of the caravans will need slight repairs. I'm relieved to hear the damage was not significant. By the way, an artisan claiming he'd been back all the way from Tulioyol to this inspection came to me moments ago asking for work. I was in such a hurry to have the caravans examined that I mistook you for him. Please forgive me. I'm just grateful you were kind enough to heed my request. Caravans are an innovation of Kona's. During his studies across the salt, he encountered something called a chocobo carriage. I had these designed in their image. Attaching the balloons on either side, the caravans are lifted into the air, becoming light enough for Urqopacha to pull. It is an immensely helpful invention, allowing us to tread the steep mountain roads throughout Tyrol more safely and swiftly than ever. Thanks to you, we are one step closer to having our caravans ready for such travels. Once more, and returning it to a sense of normalcy. Okay. Let me go to IFCA house real quick. I got my chocobo and then continue. Alright. Yeah, I noticed my mount's going really slow. I guess it just means I'll have to get some movement upgrades here. Two marks here. Mountain bear. Oh. There we go. As you force the knot to cactor to the sack, you notice red substance clinging into its cuticles. Actually, let me ride my chocobo for this one. Oh, they made the movement a little bit more fluid. That's, oh, there's an ether current. Looking at something. Okay, so there's... Yeah, 10 regular ether currents and 5 quests. Okay. Yeah, having the ability to eventually fly is gonna help a lot. Is it the bulge in those sacks what I think it is? Wonderful, my friend, wonderful. Frail as I am, I could never have hoped to carry back those oversized succulents. As a great, I will share with you the secret of our dyeing technique. Tell me, did you notice the little bits of red on their cuticles as you pack them into the sacks? It's nothing to be alarmed about, but those are in fact parasites. Once infested by the vilekin, Natacactar gradually weaken. Eventually they wander away from the prickly piers and settle in the southwestern hills. It's not entirely clear if this migration is of their own volition. When we found a Natacactar completely sapped of strength, we brushed the parasites ailing into a bag, dry them, violently crush them to extract the carmine within. I'm sure using insects to create dye must seem unusual, but when living in parched lands with sparse vegetation, one must develop a deep and rich understanding of all that is available. Deep and rich like the red of our dye. Apparently. Oh. Interesting. Right. Everyone wishes to discuss the feats of gold. Urqopacha helped demonstrate the Valley Alpaca are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle, we infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the speeding beasts. Wonderful, give me one of those then. Have you perhaps forgotten we are a clan of merchants? If you want a taming saddle, then you'll need to find a seller and make them an offer. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 bell in the thousandth column. I mean, 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. Converting to gil, that comes to around 1 million or so. Maybe if we all pitch in. No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay the cost. I'll find the money somehow. In that case... that basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier, 1 pel in the hunter's column. Beginning with the wool, you can trade forever more valuable goods until you have something suitable to bargain with for the saddle. That's a nice gesture, but you think I can turn a 100 pel into 1 million? That's 10,000 times more. We need 10,000 pel, not 1 million, so we're looking at 100 times more. Alright, I panicked and got it confused with Alpha Node's million gil. Not sure about this trading idea. You were almost talked into buying a cloak you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But I hate it when you're right. And let me help you with your deal making. Oh, hello again, huh? Mabalu. I work here as a ranch hand, but I've also learned a lot about the peddler profession. It's alright if I aid them now, yes? I guided the claimants toward the first step of the feat like you asked. As long as Urqopacha goes along to capture Urqopacha, she is free to accept assistance from whoever she likes. Alright, let's see about getting you that saddle then. Third promise? I don't know why you made that your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mablu. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? It'd be easier to haggle over prices without so many voices chiming in. Yeah, stay here and pitch in with that ranch work. With Mablu gone, I'll need extra hands to tend to the alpacas. Gladly, although, Gem, I think you should go with Urqopacha. You've seen markets and bazaars the world over and surely have sage advice to share. In that case, you should also hold on to the alpaca wool. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you'll have nothing to bargain with. As if I did such a thing, but I'll leave the wool with Gem anyway. That better to keep my hands free. To begin, I suggest we try trading the wool to Javier. Saddler, he won't agree to the deals, of course, but it'll give us an idea of how much he'll accept for his wares. There we go. Something I can do for you. We've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. Saddle, is it? How will you be willing to pay for it? Basket to find alpaca wool. What use does the saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. And what might that be? Miss Cal, I'd like to nurse a cup a day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you've got yourself a deal. This bodes well for us, third promise. Such mescal can be had for only 5 pel in the thousands column. Hold on. Did you say third promise? Then my offer has changed. The saddle is going to cost you a jug of premium mescal, aged 3 years at least. 3 years, that stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I must support the man of ambition who will see my business prosper. Zarljal will go to war and his cavalry will need saddles, lots of saddles. Nothing personal, third promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. Can't say that I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring him more customers. Those of our grandparents' generations remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of these Pelu pray for your victory, Wuklamat. The younger ones, though, to them strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still others are unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave the future the second promise envisions. They'll become obsessed with innovations like the dirigibles that have made trade swift and easy. Then you have those like Javiel, convinced that the first promise plans for conquest will offer them opportunities for great profit. What about you, Mablu? Aren't you of the younger generation? At least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. Well, I was raised on the old tales. I memorized the account of what it was like when the Urqopacha ruined our village. That's when I offered to help. I wanted to become Dawn Servant. I want you to become Dawn Servant and keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I guess it'd better make sure to win the contest. But the type of mescal the saddle maker wants is so very expensive. Weren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing's changed. We just need to get on with it. I may not have a head for trade or the stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with the piece of Tuliyoyo on the line. Then neither will I. I will make you Dawn Servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration. So let's first try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. Oh, there you go. Of course, the weaver, Balnuk was his name, I believe. I went out of his way to say that he agreed with my vision. He was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to that road where we first met him. This is the spot after Balnuk talked to us. He walked off to the south. He was probably going to Urqopacha's Inn, but most visitors watching Pelu end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? I have that basket gem. Thanks. Now let's see if we can turn a profit. Well, Nuke, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? Third promise, you want to do business with me? Might ask what this is all about. I see, so the goal is to turn that basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. And allow me to invest in your efforts. Peace in Tyrol is what allows me to cross freely into alliance with my suppliers. Naturally, I would prefer that one pledge to preserve that peace with the throne. That's why I humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Oh, that's fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in the hunters column. That's very generous, Balduke. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I have every faith in you, third promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. Can't believe you quintupled your investment with your first deal. You're off to a spectacular start. Oh, because Jem remembered our weaver friend. All he did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you built with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental precepts of trading, one which you've instinctively mastered. She's right. Someone who runs an eBay business for over 10 years and deals with investments, I definitely know what she's saying. I think so. I know so. Now let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Here, Jem, you take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Aaronville would never let me hear the end of it. All set, our next deal is waiting to be found. I'm enjoying this a lot more than I did Endwalker so far, I'll tell you that. It's been quite the fun adventure. So I might be a bit biased because it also connects to part of my ancestry as well, which is kind of neat. Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. That makes sense, but how do we know if someone needs a poncho? They have a fabulous sense of style? It's a nice, sturdy poncho, but the design is traditional. I don't think fashion is part of its appeal. Only those people with practical need would be interested. Wait, that's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy yours. Buy ours. Yes, there you go. We find the demand for supply. Where should we begin our search for prospective buyers? There are any number of places where we could do worse than starting right here at the end. There might be interested travelers. Who here needs a poncho? A lot of Mamuja hardly wear anything to begin with. Those are probably the land's guard or sellswords. Mamuja, who soldiers for a living, prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movement. Even if they had bared shoulders, Mamuja carrying arms can be struck off the list. Well, how about our friend here? This one's already fully dressed, an artisan or peddler, perhaps. Come to rest after visiting watching Pello, like Belnook would be my guess. Okay. How about Sweaty Dopero? Moja's arm could be a Doper courier. I've seen them flying their Bouviers, and these types aren't excessively fond of clothing. Here. The Landsguard probably dropped by the end to take a break between patrols. Oh, here we go. Let's see, no coat or cloak, but also no weapon. Oh, we might have a winner. Oh there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. It was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beast on the way here and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. Actually, a toolmaker from Loyal, dressed quite smartly, all the better to show the Pelly I'm a man who takes pride in his appearance and therefore his work as well. But now look at me. Oh, sure, this is your lucky day. A splendid poncho. This would be the perfect replacement for the coat I lost. Would be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade for one of your fine tools, perhaps. What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. Blade looks sharp. The haft well made. I value at 1 pel in the thousands column. Oh ho, from 500 to 1,000, we have a deal. Wonderful. A fine garment such as this should put me on even footing with any Pelu merchant. Like the Epuminous, owner of Meplu's mate garden, for one. Her field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate, and I thought to impress her with the tool I sold you. No matter, I have other wares to sell. Glad I am to have met you. Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer. It's Meplu's mate garden. We go. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. These ones will be the calm type, right? Alright. We'll have to see. Well done, recognizing that toolmaker as a potential customer. If you mind to change professions, you made an excellent merchant. Okay, I'm gonna check real quick if there's any of those ether currents like behind the house or anything like that, because could be. Greetings, I take it you're a traveler. If you're looking for a place for us to see, we have beds of varying sizes to accommodate the guests of all proportions. Sometimes you can find... Let's see if there's anything. Here. Okay. Before you get moving, you should be the one to hold this. With that, I suppose we should hop on the alpacas Malibu has so kindly provided. Okay. Ready to go? Let's mount up. There we go. Fitting sight, isn't it? One I've never appreciated up close. You have to take the long way around the cliffs to get there, to the highlands belonging to the Urqopacha. So Malbu, you said you were learning about the peddler profession. You don't care for ranch work. No, I love it. I love working with alpacas. It's Mark. Becoming a peddler has always been a dream of mine. 100. It's just I'm not sure I have the talent for it. If I can help you buy the taming saddle, though, then I'd be proof that I can do this after all. In that case, you'll best get ready to be a merchant. Look, we're almost there. We made it, and without a single smelly incident. I sent the alpacas back to Equals Inn, so we'll walk along the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawn Servant, weren't you, Third Promise? That I was. And perhaps you understand I was an orphan too, you see. Tobio took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them. Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. Sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for your saddle if you're prepared for the feat of gold. As it's mate harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatches to add to that Urqopacha's way with people. We should have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Miplu herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the Third Promise and let's get to bargaining. You have that little axe for me. Thanks, now to see what we can get for it. You're Miplu, the owner of these fields. I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Well, the Third Promise, I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have on offer? This hatchet, forged by this seasoned artisan, the razor edge of this exceptional tool will make light work of your crops. The quality is acceptable. I suppose I offer you a large sack of mate leaves in exchange. Sack of mate leaves is valued at 1 pel in the thousands column. Same price as the hatchet. The deal would bring us no closer to the Miscal. If I may, Mistress Miplu, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets offer them a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I procure an ample batch of tools well in advance. We've missed the window for demand. In that case, we'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way, generous deal here will put you in the Third Promise's good graces. Surely that's not worthy of consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the second promise. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives, I believe, including farming. I will no longer have need of hatchets. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Urqopacha. That is why I'm prepared to purchase his fair hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair given your reasons, but you yourselves would be no better off for the transaction. How about this then? If we were to help bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Kona's reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the fields. And you can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Added value to tip the scales. How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you'd like, Malbu. Gem and I have a mate to gather. Oh no, I'm helping too. Off to the fields then, and mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Brought me some leaves then. Acceptable harvest. We'll see how your companions fared before we make any decisions, though. It's famous. See. Here we brought our share as well. Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now it's time to honor mine after adding the value of your labor to the price of the hatchet. Prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade made leaves. Premium mate. Bought at the shop, one sack of those leaves would cost no less than £5 in the thousandth column. And we can bid farewell to this hatchet. I'll give it a good home. Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we could come to a mutually agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. Blue, what's wrong? As I was saying before, even after everything Tobiel's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. Then I needed you or help after forgetting a basic rule of trade. How can I expect Tobiel to accept my decision then? You tend to give up then. I can't. After getting a taste of real trading, I want to be a merchant more than ever. Then you'll just have to be honest. Take to follow my father's footsteps, but not because he expects it of me. To preserve Toriel's peace, and becoming Dawn servant happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tobiel held the same opinion. So talk to him. Excuse me. You're right. It's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. But first, we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. What's next then? We try to trade our tea leaves for something halfway to 10,000 pel? No, I think we were close enough now. I say we go straight for the premium mescal. Bargain our way into double the value, eh? Think you can do it. Trust me, I will make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise. That you're holding your own against such strong competition. Competition for the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Kona and Zarljal? I mean, of course I am. I'm Urqopacha of the Dawn Promise, after all. Alright. There's a side quest here. There you go. Hello there, I hear you're traveling from across the salt. Just the person I need to assist me. I should wish to expand trade out beyond the borders of Tyrol, and so I've been planning to export mate tea. Problem, however, is mate's reputation for being something of a acquired taste. My solution was to blend mate leaves with some of our local specialties, and your foreign palate would be perfect to taste them. One of our brewers has already prepared a patch in the relaxation area. Why not go and speak with her? Okay. Oh, there's another occurrence. Oops, my bad. Get up there. There. Oh. You must be the one here to try our new blends. I've prepared 3 for you to sample. I believe there's nothing more telling than the expression one makes when they sip the first cup of an unfamiliar tea. So go on, have a taste, but please stay where I can see you. You taste a hint of acidity, perhaps citrus. It complements the naturally mellow mate tea well, serving the greatest soothing mixture. You detect a light bitterness behind the full-bodied earthly flavor of this blend. It's quite unique, but will surely have its admirers. Notes of honey and vanilla tickle your tongue. A delightful blend. It may very well have wide appeal in Eorzea and beyond. I could see from your expressions how much you enjoyed each of the blends. As the one who personally brewed them, I'm truly honored. If you have a favorite among the selection, please let Pobio know. You're back. I take it you've tried each of the blends. Tell me, which one was your favorite? Fruity blend doesn't sound too bad. It's really delightful. I thought perhaps people would enjoy something with more refreshing flavor. We tried mixing fruits from Yaktail. Your perspective has been a great help, my friend. I thank you for your assistance. Though Métis can be found anywhere in Tyrol, there's no guarantee that it will enjoy the same popularity in foreign lands. Let's experiment and innovate if we're to capture new markets. Two other quests here. On. Let's see. Before we go, let me give you the mate leaves. I don't need to risk proving Aaronville's point. Right then, our next stop is the Mescal Distillery. We'll want to speak with a man by the name of Gobo. Even among his fellow distillers, he's regarded as master of the craft. Knows the value of his product, so to convince him to trade for twice what the leaves are worth, we need target information. That means asking around, taking in the gossip. You could talk to people here at the distillery, Gem. Perhaps Urqopacha could do the same at the village entrance. Meanwhile, I'll head to the north side and see what I can learn. There's not much I can say about Gobo, but I can tell you what Gobo's been saying. The other day he was muttering about monsters prowling around agave jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients from mescal. The presence has made it harder to procure such said ingredients, and thus driven up the price of his product. A boon, some might argue, but it's hard to celebrate when it affects the work as it does. You can't readily bring joy to people if you can't keep making the things they love. Gobo might be a deft hand at distilling, but he's got no sense when it comes to appearances. Rumor has it he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. If he presents himself to the court wearing his usual rumpled attire, though, he'll be laughed at of some perch. Me, I'm a chef from Tulioyol, and I come here to buy Gobo's mescal, the finest in Tyrol, according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. I take small sips, not wanting to be impolite, you understand, but still end up so addled as to agree to whatever price he quotes me. It'd be nice to have less potent refreshments during such conversations. Else I might have to seriously reconsider our arrangement. So did you find out? So what did you find out? Oh, we can make use of all those tidbits. The deal is as good as sealed. As for me, I found out where Gibbo is working. There's a millstone at the top of this slope, but behind the distillery. You can go on ahead and bring Urqopacha. Okay. Yeah, business with me, sir. Why don't we talk down below so as not to distract the alpaca from his work? So what's this about? Keep it brief if you would. I'm a busy man. We're in the market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal, assuming you have any on hand, that is. Ah, an excellent choice. I must warn you though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have Pel, but we can offer a sack of mate leaves in exchange. It's top grade stuff like the mezcal. No deal, mate leaves were well and good, but I don't have any use for them. No deal, just like that. Still, I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. Why don't we sit and chat a while over a cup of mezcal? Now the real bargaining begins. Which of your cards do you want to play first? Let's hold on to that one. We need to reconsider our timing. Let's hold on to that one. The Hobogee's chef's estates for strong drinks. Appreciate your hospitality, but I'm afraid I can't hold my drink. I've heard one of your regular customers, the Hobogee chief, is the same. The Hobogee chef. Seeing as not everyone can enjoy mezcal, I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshments to offer. Something like mate tea, for instance, and brewed from the finest leaves, of course. Ah, you're right, absolutely right. I have noticed a growing reluctance on the part of my Hobogee friend, but I did not realize that I myself was to blame. I might endeavor to be a better host, still even with that added value in mind. The sack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're after. No sack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're after. Should we offer to cool the monsters, causing them trouble? Ah, yeah, we'll keep that card up our sleeve until we need it. As I expect, you're aware the rite of succession is currently taking place. That's why the third promise has graced us with her presence. When the contest is decided, the subsequent ascension ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. For mezcal were to be served there, it would bring the distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, could it be that your rumored invitation to the palace is to discuss that very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes, I must admit, I'm still reeling from the abruptness of it all. It'd be a great honor and opportunity if I could secure the deal. Well, I should think your exceptional mezcal would speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared. First impressions last. You'll want to be wearing your very best when you walk into Valkol Shunsha. It'd be such a shame to miss this chance of a lifetime simply for want of proper garments. That it would. Are you saying you have garments to offer something, a deal for court? I have no garments on hand, I'm afraid. We can provide you with the next best thing, an introduction to a weaver. His name is Balnuk, and his works are highly regarded in Tulyol. As a supporter of Urqopacha and keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtless be happy to to guide you in the selection of outfit to fit this golden occasion. That's certainly attempting a proposal, one of which I should like to take full advantage, but the scales aren't quite balancing. Say, weren't those monsters running amok in Hagavijaws? There's a problem. That's a problem we could easily solve for you. Truly, I would be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hiring sales sources to clear them out. Factoring that saved expense and introduction to a trusted weaver, this is shaping up to be a sound bargain. Alright, you have a deal. Yes, we knew you'd come around. Give us a moment and Jem and I will take care of those prowling nuisances. In the meantime, I'll use the time to pen an introductory letter to Balduke. Fields you're looking for are just north of Wachinpella. Be safe. Alright. Okay, before we go there, let me go south to look at the other quests. Excuse me, sir, do you have a moment, please? I need your help. I'm a craftsman come to discuss a new project for a client, but I seem to have lost my lucky charm along the way, my dear doll. I'm afraid how the meeting might turn out without it. The last time I saw it was at Palang retreat. Maybe it fell out when I was gathering my things. To meet with my client in just a moment, I wouldn't do to be late. Realize this is sudden, but would you find my doll for me? I'll delay the meeting for as long as I can. An unfamiliar face for you, perchance a traveler, so I dare say you could not have time to visit any better. Tell me, do you know of the hot springs managed by the Pelu Pelu? My master was soon performing traditional dance of the Mamajal there. Then to join him once I've closed my stall for the day. If you're interested in seeing it for yourself, simply head to Panak Peli retreat south of here. Look for a dancer carrying himself with poison grace. Give me a moment. Merchant hired for me as a guard to protect him and his wares on the journey to those mountains. These mountains, but he bade me rest in the spring while he attends to his negotiations. I do not look forward to leaving this place. are interested in our traditional bathing dance. I'm honored. It would be my pleasure to show it to you, but to truly appreciate it, first you must understand the purpose behind each movement. The dancer steps before the spring and pours its purifying waters over their body thrice. Excuse me, cleaning skin of grime, mind of thoughts, joints of ache. That reminds me of Japanese kind of onsens. Only when they are in perfect condition may the dance begin, and come I will show you. Bathing dance is under no circumstance allowed in the public springs. Those who do not comply will be escorted out and banned from further entry. Stimulation is simply too much for the other guests. I'd be happy to have someone escort you to one of our private springs where you may perform the dance to your heart's content. But I was unaware of such a rule. Very well. It is regrettable that I cannot demonstrate Momojawa tradition before an audience, but better that I dance in private than not at all. Sorry I came all the way from nothing, my friend. Would you be kind enough to let my pupil, Momojawa, know that I'll be performing in seclusion? Basket's completely empty. You open the lid and look inside the jar, but the doll is nowhere to be found within. You locate a small pouch behind the shelf. Inside you find an adorable doll, a warm smile adorning its face. This appears to be the missing item. Okay. Is there any ether current up here? I see. Oh dear, forgive me, I didn't realize the dance has been forbidden in the public springs. Traveled all this way to perform it, following the graceful footsteps of the most experienced and most handsome of all my master's pupils. Oh, Boboja, how I miss him. He left Tyrol many years ago, saying he would make a name for himself as a mercenary across the Salt. I hope he's well. But that is neither here nor there. I must thank you for relaying Master's message to me. I'll join him in the private springs when I finish up here. Fortunate you cannot witness the dance today, but hopefully one day soon you will have the opportunity to behold the glory of our secret dance. Were you able to find it? Oh, thank goodness, my precious doll won't let it out of my sight again. Upella became merchants after Bull Jaja bestowed a great kindness upon her people to help achieve his goals of fostering enmity between clans. The doll's bright smile serves as a reminder to uphold that ideal to spread happiness through trade. I have no doubt that you, being the kind-hearted individual that you are, will enjoy great fortune and happiness in your future business endeavors. So I can't thank you enough for your help. Okay. There we go. Okay, alright. might be only be able to explore half the map too, by the way. Good place would be the current. Oh, there it is. There we go. Is there any cards up here? Oh, there's an enemy that kind of looks like a pineapple. Level 100. I mean, it could, but... And well... See any ether cards? I do see. What's I see? Overseen by the eponymous. I know this word. Given their name to something named after the person. Yeah, I've heard of that word before. Malpu, the cultivation of this tea garden has introduced lush greenery and fertile soil to Urqopacha's usual vistas. sparse vegetation, the operation has almost become a small village in its own right, with a number of field hands ever growing to match the garden's steady expansion. Let's see. Oh, I think that's another, yeah. I was right, another current. So is there any currents here? No. Molawak. Instead of whack-a-mole, it's Molawak. That should be Agave's jaws just over there. This will go faster if we split up. Come and find me once you've finished clearing out your share of the past. A traveler. Welcome to Agave Jaws. From how can I be of service? Many things, like examine the soil and weather to ensure our agaves grow in the best conditions possible, decide the pace at which they are cultivated, determine how many are prepared for distillation. Nothing pleasures me more than when somebody takes an interest in the farm. My colleagues and I spend all day looking after the agave, so it just feels nice when our hard work is appreciated. see, is there another? Hold on, I'm just gonna check something. Another. Oh, there is. There we go. There's number 5. Compared to the creatures I hunted with Papa, this was no challenge at all. Come on, let's head back to the distillery. All that's left is to give Malbu the sack of leaves so she can seal the deal. Probably was going to be, there's going to be 5 ether currents in this area and then 5 in the other area. Suspect. Those monsters will no trouble for you, it seems. Now if I could just have the sack of leaves. Thank you for looking after our precious trading goods. Monster problem has been resolved, Master Gibble. Here are the mate leaves and written introduction to Balnuke as agreed. The deal's done here. Your jug of premium Mescal, aged 3 years. Please accept it with my compliments. Yes, we finally have the Mescal. Great work, especially you, Malbu. You're the one who inspired me to come this far, third promise, but let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. Malbu, is it? You drive a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Thank you, but the truth be told, I am just a ranch hand. For now, should I ever become a proper merchant, though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. There we go. Even at the palace, I don't think I've held a 10,000 pellet jug of anything before. My hands will stop shaking. Here, you better hold on to it until we get to the saddle maker. Can you imagine if we dropped it and I had to start it all over again? Luckily, Havel's place is not far. We just need to head across the plaza. This is it, the trade we've been working towards. Use stone one piece, right? Now, time to make our deal. Get your tools ready, Saddler. We brought you precious Mescal. Well, you actually got your hands on a jug, but you had nothing, a few measly clumps of wool. What we had was an inspiring trader with a gift for negotiation. Although I'd sooner aid no claimant but Zorolja, I cannot go against the guiding principles of the Pelupelu. Trade, it's a fair one. I'll craft your saddle with her promise. Great. Stay and wait if you like. I have all the requisite materials, so this won't take long. Commission's ready. Catching wild alpaca is never a simple affair, but you'll have an easier time of it with one of my saddles. Now, if you don't mind, I have other work that needs finishing. Oh, I can taste that smooth mezcal already. We did it. The saddle's ours. And to think we started out with only 100 basket of alpaca wool. Malbu, you are going to be an incredible merchant. Thank you. It makes me so glad to hear you say that third promise. We got what we came for, so let's return to the ranch. Others will be waiting. There we go. Thus, you traded a 10,000 pel jug of premium mezcal for a taming saddle. Acquired the saddle then. Yes, and thanks in no small part to Malbu. Before you rush off to catch an alpaca, though, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring out one of our wild-born friends so you can practice. I know, this is something I need to learn. Oh boy. Great sunken gods, I did it. Hardly seemed bothered, much less inclined to spit, as if he was completely accepting of Urqopacha's touch. That is because of the singular scent with which the saddle has been coated. Alpacas find it very soothing. You know, I've never taken a good long look at one of you before, but you're actually kind of cute. You're only noticing that now. Urqopacha is back. Having done exactly what he set out to do. The alpaca he's brought, is it just me or is it glowing? I've heard tales of such a beast. They say the golden alpaca lives a solitary existence deep in the valley where it shuns the company of both man and its own kind. How did he manage to snare for a prize like that? Beast knows its betters. Faced with no overwhelming strength, it will yield rather than risk death. An apt illustration of how greatly the power of the first promise exceeds yours, Urqopacha. Strength alone won't win him our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the golden city, and then for all can remain at peace. The everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. United as one, the people must be taught. They must suffer the horror and the hopelessness firsthand. Exhaustion from prolonged conflict, the wages of war's merciless nature. These are what moved the clans to join the founding of Tuliolials all those years ago. Consider the younger generation of this village. Since birth have they basked in broken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as tragedy but opportunity. Thus does the resilient seek to provide education. He offers much needed lessons in the realities of conquest, renewed appreciation for peacetime. It's true that war's misery breeds a longing for peace. But I have seen with my own eyes what becomes of an empire forged through the violence you propose. Rebellions spawned and the ruins are left behind. Garlean Empire was a congregation of simpletons. The press fought back against their oppressors as well they should. Men are not beasts, only a fool would seek to rule over all with the threat of force alone. This is why Gulio Jaja did not elevate the Mumoja, why he treated all clans with equal respect. However, Parstromus has his gaze fixed upon more distant horizons. It would unite all, not all Tuliol, but the star in its entirety. But why? I need to explain myself to you. Oh, well done indeed. First promise is a completed the feat of gold with an appropriately golden flourish. May I present to you your much-deserved keystone. He's always been like that, never sharing his innermost thoughts with me or even with Kona. It's like we're not even family. I'll ponder Zoroja and his mysteries later. Right now I need to think about finishing the feats of gold. I have my saddle. I've practiced how to use it to lead on to where the wild alpacas roam. The valley of Konka, northwest of here. Come on everyone, even if we can't enter ourselves, we can see Urqopacha off on her hunt. I can do this, I know I can. Sharon Urqopacha marshals her course to attempt the harrowing task of capturing the wild alpaca.
Good luck there, Promise!
Thanks. I'll need it. Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it. But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too. Right. I'm off.
So, shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
I'm staying here.
As will I. Urqopacha is alone in this. The least we can do is stand watch and await her return.
It may be a while yet.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
What's a gleaner?
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Erenville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
But aren't you a Shitona from Shaktural? Why did you cross the salt?
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me. But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt. Something I could never find, she said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlian. As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek. My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking, and I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place. Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
Wait, are you saying you were tasked with finding the City of Gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City. Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Just so.
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
Oh.
Wait. Do you hear that?
There she is.
They did it.
I think we're healing her.
You're utterly spent. And small wonder.
Well done, Third Promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
Urqopacha had no serious injuries to speak of, however she had clearly been pushed to the very limits of her endurance. Thanks to Alphinode's healing hands, I can actually stand again and maybe even walk. Alphanode was quick to lend a hand with dismantling the tent. Is this to be his new obsession now that he's mastered collecting firewood? We were out here for quite some time, but I'm glad Urqopacha was able to catch her alpaca, and Aaronville choosing to share his story with us was a welcome surprise. I'll be back, guys. Just gonna use the restroom real quick. I'm back, guys. Just got some more water and gave a few things. Ulama had no serious injuries to speak of. However, she clearly had clearly been pushed to the very limits of her endurance. So relieved that their promise came back to us safely. The alpaca she tamed is a healthy-looking beast. Surely this will be enough to satisfy the feat of gold. Spoke too much. If Ulama is up to it, we should be heading back to Tubal. Ulama still seems a bit unsteady on her feet, hardly surprising after she spent the night chasing alpaca. You know what will melt away fatigue like magic, though. Mate tea. I'll run to the ranch and get a pot brewing. That way you can take your time. The tea will be ready when you arrive. As Mablu so wisely suggested, we should set a slower pace for the exhausted third promise. Come back, ahead of the others. Did you hurry along with the tea then? Ulama can't be that far behind. Oh, that tea really is magical. I feel better already. See, you've become more comfortable around our fuzzy friends, or fuzzy fiends. Whichever you would use. Watching this one taught me a lot about alpacas, what grasses and fruits they eat, what sounds they react to, their adorable little quirks. Guess I've grown kind of fond of them. Welcome, third promise. Accomplished the feat of gold, have you? Yes, there is no mistaking a valley alpaca. I commend you on your success. Well done. Yes, we did it. Though I couldn't find a shining one like Zoralja did. I'd be surprised if you had. Golden alpacas are born but once every few decades. They're elusive, solitary creatures that are rarely seen, much less captured thanks to their innate physical magical gifts. Only a single other person is known to have caught one before, that being Urqopacha himself. Papa was chasing alpacas too. So my grandfather's stories say. It was before the founding of Tuliyoyo, in a time when the mountain giants, the Yakui, held our people in thrall. Held by their overlords, our forebears would ride their alpaca mounts to the highlands to deliver gifts of food and other tributes. Those were wretched days to hear grandfather tell it. Then along came the young Guljaja, yet unburdened by the mantle of Dawn servant. Our people were amazed by this imposing two-headed figure equal to the Yakuhui in stature and puzzled by his entourage of mismatched companions. Some troubled in fear, believing a new conqueror had come. Yet Guljaja showed no such inclinations. He sat and spoke with us, sipping from his tea and cups of mate tea we offered him, and grew somber when he learned of our plight. None could have anticipated what their visitors decided to do next. Guljaja descended the cliffs to face the giants and front the Pelu Pelu from the Yokohoi's subjugation. He then turned an appraising eye upon our riders and proposed we take to the road to peddle our prefages. The suggestion seemed obvious for one who traveled as he did, intent on fostering enmity between the clans. So it was that a few words from Guljaja transferred us into a clan of itinerant merchants. Never heard the Bon Papa forge with the Pelu Pelu spoken of in that way before. The saga is not so detailed. Then you may not know that Guljaja sought a sure-footed guide for his trek up into the highlands. Thus did he capture golden alpaca. So both my brother and my father caught the rarest creatures. While an ordinary one was best I could manage. If he required no more than that, I promise she brought back a perfectly wonderful beast. I was right, you're a perfectly wonderful beast, and if anyone's ordinary, it's me. Not only did you accomplish the feat of gold, you also made many trades and brought joy to many people in true Pelu Pelu fashion. I surely doubt your sibling could have achieved the same result. You should be proud of the accomplishments which earned you your keystone. But this is what they look like. Go on, set it in the tablet. Perfect fit, that leaves 6 more. You're well on your way, Third Promise. We have been lost without you, Mal Blue. Thanks to you, I learned so much about the Pelu people and your customs. It might seem obvious, but I didn't realize the importance of properly knowing something. It's because I didn't understand alpacas I was uncomfortable around them. Thankful to you as well, Clement. You gave me the courage to say what I wasn't sure I could ever say. Tobil, I want to leave the ranch and become a merchant. Appreciate everything you've done for me, and I've loved every moment caring for the alpacas. This is something I need to do. I need to walk my own path and make my own trades. As your parent, allow me to say one thing. Always try to give my words lives filled with as much happiness as I could provide. Never once have I wanted there to be the only happiness you knew. You have my blessings to walk any path you choose, Malibu. Glads me to hear you've found a calling you wish to pursue with such passion. You'll make an exceptional peddler, I'm sure of it. Thank you, Tobu. What did I tell you, Malibu? There's one last thing I can help you with, Third Promise. You need to find the Golden City, right? That's the end goal. I suggest you talk to the Yakuhui. They once ruled over far more than just Urqopacha and the Pelu Pelu. 1,000 years ago, they were the overlords of Dawntrail and all its people. During that era, the Pelu Pelu were commanded to search for a city of gold. scoured every corner of the continent, but never found any trace of that fabled place. But if they didn't find anything, what could the Yakoi have to tell us? They may have not found it, but the fact that they thought to look for it all makes me curious. Perhaps there's value in delving into how the legend originated. We lose nothing from asking the questions, besides if we're determined to follow the path of the saga. We'll be visiting the giants eventually. Oh, Cryo, I have a question I've been meaning to ask. And since we finished with the feat, where did you acquire that earring? My earring, do you recognize it? Yes, pieces just like it first became fashionable in Urqopacha around 20 years ago. Since then, it's become common to wear one as a charm for safe travel. 20 years ago, right about the time my grandfather made his journey, the Dawn servant implied the earring was connected to the Golden City in some way, though there was more to its significance than simple fashion. If you want to know how it first came to be crafted, I could try to find out. Seeing as it's a regular seller for many merchants, I'm curious to learn about it myself. Appreciate that very much, thank you. Jumping feet first into peddler's business at Malibu. Malibu. Right then, let's head back to Tuli Yoyol and get ready to search for the next elector. Farewell for now, and thanks for all your help. I'll become Dawn's servant, so make sure you set aside your best mescal for the occasion. She has a fearsome opponent, that brother of hers. He even brought a golden alpaca to heal. We've heard Zoralja's supporters talk. They might see opportunity in his expansionist ambitions, but they find the man himself intimidating, terrifying even. Whereas I've grown to love Urqopacha. Everyone she meets will come to love her too, and that's why she'll win the throne. Might be right, Malblue, you might be right. Right. Feels good to have the feats of gold safely under her belt, even if my victory pales beside Zoralja and his shiny golden alpaca. I know I shouldn't let it bother me, and gods know you've been so supportive, but I want to be strong or wise like my brothers, to be promised that people respect. Which is not likely if I stand here carrying on and on about things. Let's move on. Back to Zalv Tally with us. The contest has hardly begun. Please report that my stall is open for business, so I do not accept power or gold. Bi-colored gemstones are most welcome. See how much these go for. We'll do the quest here, and then we'll sell the stuff on the market board, and then probably end the stream there. Because I think the next... yeah. Bit of quests we can do here. Well, if it isn't my dear friend from Tuli Yolyol, I do hope your days as well as your stomach have been full of merriment and cheer since last we met. Glad to hear it. I was just passing through when a faint rumbling caught my attention, the unmistakable sound of a belly in need. How fortuitous that fate would also guide you here. I'd impose you to help me once more. To lend an ear to the poor boy's troubles, I can just remember best to lend an ear to my own. Okay. Yeah, I recognize you. You're Gem, yes? I've heard about you. Companion to the third promise, a most dependable individual. Name's Napoles, and I'll have you know I'm a merchant blessed by fortune. I do so say myself. Indeed, I believe our meeting today is no chance encounter, but the hands of fate guiding us for one singular purpose. The exchange of invaluable items at an unbelievable price. If I could direct your attention over here for just a moment. Feast your eyes on these crates of exceedingly rare and precious corrupted crystals. Beautiful, aren't they? They're extracted from the remote regions of Eorzea and shine a brilliant orange hue. Quite unlike your run-of-the-mill crystals now. For you, I'm willing to offer them for the low price of 1 pel in the billions column. It's a nigh highway robbery at this valuation, but not anything for a friend of the third promise. What do you mean? Considering how much it set me back to purchase them, the price I'm offering should be perfectly reasonable. Strange. These are precious crystals, are they not? Just to be certain, these crystals are considered priceless treasures in Eorzea, right? Let me see if I'm getting this right. Not only are corrupted crystals commonplace across the salt, but they are also highly volatile. In the past, you once used such crystals together with an elemental converter to do battle with powerful entities you call primals. Well, it's more, you kept them in a worded container at all times to protect against their deleterious effects. All which is to say no practical use for such crystals has been discovered, meaning no one with sense would ever bother to mine them. Other who sold the crystals to me never mentioned a word of this. He claimed they're extremely rare in Eorzea, which is why I decided to purchase them in the first place, even at the exorbitant price he offered. Naturally believed him, having never seen crystals of their like. Could you blame me? But if they really have no use. Have I, Nopo the Lucky, been swindled? Well, at the very least, I was able to learn about the crystal's true nature before selling them to some poor soul. Fortune hasn't abandoned me completely yet. At any rate, I'd like to verify whether these crystals truly hold no value. Would you be willing to help me look into this gem? I never need someone I can trust, and that you'd be willing to share the truth with me says a lot. No need to answer right away, give it some thought. If you've no interest, you're free to be on your way. If you decide to assist me, however, I'll be here waiting. Right. Willing to help, then wonderful. You're truly a kind-hearted soul. Now, before I go and confront the merchant who sold me these crystals, I'd like to look into potential uses for them in Tyrol. For instance, crystals are in high demand among Tyrol mages, who make extensive use of them in their rituals. Just so happen to know a spellcaster among the Desirari's guard. I'd like to speak with them about the corrupted crystals, engage in interest in purchasing them. In the meantime, I'll see about procuring a container to ward off the crystal's harmful effects. For your explanation, preparing an elemental converter for my skills likely impossible, but finding the requisite materials for a warding vessel should be well within my abilities. From nature, looking for is an individual of the Bunuwa tribe. If you happen upon someone wielding a staff, chances are you found them. Okay. Come for business, I'm afraid I'm much too tired right now. Strange, really, no matter how much I sleep or try to sleep, I suppose it never seems to be enough. Despite the weird grumbling in my stomach, I have no appetite. I recognize a lover of corn when I see one. The problem, I believe, is that he eats only corn. He is exhibiting clear signs of malnourishment for lack of a well-balanced diet. Though my dominion is only over that which is corn and kernel, there may yet be a way that we can help him. Paired with lime water, my corn could be enriching with additional nutrients. Behold, a rich and creamy corn soup. Surely this will help remedy what ails him. And that soup will help me feel better. Oh, corn soup really is the best of foods. I can't get enough of it. I never thought eating only corn could be bad for me, but there's no denying how terrible I've been feeling lately. Suppose I need to be more creative with my corn cooking. Thanks for this. You've given me much to think about. Nothing like nice warm corn soup to warm the belly and the heart. Let this be a reminder, my friend. It is possible to have too much of a good thing, even corn, but in moderation, together with other herbs, spices, and flavorings, you can enjoy a cornucopia of delectable delights. I believe our work here is done, but know that where there are those in need of sustenance, I will be there. Fare thee well, friend. Okay. Unusual crystals, not interested. I prefer to keep my distance from peculiarities. Intriguing, I've never heard of these corrupted crystals. As a practitioner of the arcane arts, I'll not deny they pique my curiosity. I'm afraid I have no interest in purchasing them. If they're volatile, as you say, there's little to be done with crystals whose very nature can change on a whim. Though even the mage was not interested, nevertheless I thank you for speaking with them on my behalf. It seems you're right, these crystals really are worthless. I'd be unable to make back what I've lost, but there's still one thing I can do. Jam, I wish to stop that pernicious, peddler from continuing his crooked ways. Will you help me? Relief, allow me to offer you a small token of my thanks. When you have a moment to spare, please come see me again. To stop him before he has a chance to swindle anyone else. So I think it's highly injurious or destructive. Every moment we leave that peddler to his own devices is another opportunity for some unexpected traveler to be hoodwinked. We need to figure out where he's been and where he may go next. I'll ask around and watch you, Pello, if anyone else had similar run-ins with disreputable merchants. Meantime, I'd like you to find the scoundrel, keep him in your sights by whatever means necessary. Can't have him leaving before we've had the chance to settle this matter after all. Expect he's still in Urqopacha visiting the markets to use his ill-gotten pellet to stock up for his return to Eorzea. Like as not, he's expecting the stalls at Ukul's Inn. Ask after a Lalafell by the name of Gigamulu, but be discreet. Once you found him, try to keep him occupied for as long as you can. Okay. Well, thank goodness, a capable-looking traveler. Please, I need your help. The caravan was attacked by beasts. I had a bodyguard, a young mobile job mercenary, but he could barely fend for himself, let alone me. He somehow managed to throw me over his shoulder and carry me all the way here, but no sooner did my feet touch the ground than he ran back into the jaws of death. Damned if I could figure out why. Injured as he was, I don't like his chances. Please, I beg of you, go to Chaba Yuki and save him. Okay. Oh, here we go. Nestled in between the mountains, the dwellings of this village are noticeably scaled down to accommodate the smaller size of its inhabitants. It is here that the Peller clan of the Pelu manufacture their trading goods such as coffee and mescal, was maintaining a ranch for the breeding and training of alpacas. Say, you look like an intrepid individual. I could really use your help with something. Short ways from here in Chaba Meki, exceptionally large, shall I say, overgrown mega magui are known to appear. I'd like you to take one down, retrieving a large bulb from its body. As for why, I'll tell you upon your return. Okay. Hardly believe my eyes. You felled those bloodthirsty beasts with such ease. Ah, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Thank you for saving me. As a mercenary for her, I'm ashamed such help was even necessary. So the merchant sent you, did she? The attack on the caravan saw her wares scattered all over. I figured the least I could do was retrieve as much as I could. Thank you. Thanks to your timely rescue, I could still do just that. No need for you to stay with me, friend. Go and let her know that I'm here, safe. Grab what I can, be along shortly. Alright, my friend. Vamos. I'm so relieved to hear he's safe. The Mamuja took considerable pride in their trade as mercenaries. The young man seems to have a peculiarly acute sense of responsibility. I've heard tell that some Mamuja travel across the salt to make a name for themselves. As a preliminary step to that, it seems many young hopefuls gather experience here in Toral as mercenaries and bodyguards to sharpen their skills. That said, earnest as he is, the young man failed to protect my caravan. We'll have to discuss some form of compensation for my losses. I'm not heartless, however. He saved my life and risked his own to reclaim my wares. There's much to consider. For now, however, treating his wounds must come first. Mr. Pineapple again. Guess I call him Mega Magui. Probably after this stream, I'm gonna see if I can take a nap before I deliver some orders later tonight. It's been a good stream so far. First two streams. One earlier today and this one. Been good. You there. Might I beg your assistance with something? I was taking a stroll through the valley of the other day and I discovered coffee beans scattered in the brush with not a coffee plant in sight. Curiosity got the better of me, and so I brought some back here to brew. The taste was simply exquisite. I'd require more, but therein lies the problem. Found the beans in Chabameki, area south of here known to be this territory of mountain bears. They'll tear me to shreds, but something tells me you could manage a trip here, take these smoke bombs to drive back the bears and bring back whatever coffee beans you can. Okay. Interesting, my darling Alpi didn't spit out your approach, which can only mean she trusts you, and if she does, then so do I, as much Ask a favor. Recently, a sack of premium coffee beans was stolen from our storehouse. Thieves came in the dead of night, but I was wide awake to catch them in the act. A band of boogie mercenaries. My brave Alpa spat on their leaders straight square in the face, and thanks to their saliva's distinctive scent, I was able to track them down. They were well armed, however, so I resolved to give up on the coffee beans. But for strapping fellow like you, attending with these thieves shouldn't be a problem. Please, I beg you, go to Urqopacha and teach them a lesson. Okay? Oh, the smell. I can't get rid of the smell. Well, who are you, Heave? I've had it up here. Boys, get him. Boys, damn it, you'll regret this. Okay. You return and he looks none the worse for wear. What a relief. Our precious coffee beans, thank you so much. I knew I could trust you. Coffee's popularity continues to soar, as does the demand for it. I'm afraid incidents like this one have grown increasingly more common. Everyone's been pouring their hearts into this to make the most delicious coffee possible and give the mate tea farms a run for their money. Yet these thieves tried to steal the very fruit of our labors. Bad apples, and a lot of them. And you know a bad apple when you see one, don't you? Alpia. You deserve to be spat on. So sorry about that. I got a little carried away, but I've taken up enough of your time here. A little something for troubles in the sprittle. Oh, they added face wear. Interesting. Oh boy. Your hands navigate through sticky soil, finally grasping something solid within a clump of coffee beans. Soil is warm to the touch, surprisingly moist. Nevertheless, you plunge your hands inside and retrieve a dripping clump of coffee beans. Stench emanating from this mound of soil is a veritable assault on the nostrils, but you're preserved and persevere in the name of delicious coffee and stick your hands inside to claim one last clump of coffee beans. Excuse me. Wonderful, you return. I'm glad to see you still have all your appendages. Oh, but tell me, were you able to find more of those wondrous coffee beans? Marvelous, thank you. Oh, but they seem to be covered in that soil. Well, this appears to be dung. That would explain. Aha. Omnivores, mountain bears feed upon flora and fauna alike. Unbeknownst to us, however, it seems they've developed a liking for coffee beans and have been stacking on them in secret. Because the beans are difficult to digest, they remain whole in the bears' leavings. Those that whole while inside their stomachs, the flavor and fragrance of the plants and fruits bears normally eat permeate the beans, diminishing the bitterness and resulting in coffee beans with a fruity, sweet flavor. Most intriguing discovery, one I couldn't have made without your help. Thank you. I dare say I have a new premium blend of coffee on our hands. There's the new tombstones. Forgive me, traveler. When I have a moment of your time, I'm a merchant from Tuliolio here in business, but I felt sick as a dog ever since I arrived. The Pelu boy I hired as a guide to show me around these parts gave me one look before suddenly heading north, muttering something as he left. He was speaking too quickly for me to catch what was said, but I fear the mere sight of me upset him somehow. If it wouldn't be too much trouble, would you go and offer him an apology on my behalf? He ran off towards the tea field north of here, but there's no sign of him. I'm sure someone nearby would have seen where he went. Did I see anyone pass by the way recently? Why yes, actually the local guide. He was gathering fresh tea leaves here just moments ago until a rather rambunctious packet did something to agitate him. Couldn't hold back a chortle as he chased after it. I fear he may have heard a hem. At any rate, he's headed towards the hill northwest of here. Right. A lot of quests, but we've been progressing pretty well so far. Who are you and what do you want? If you haven't noticed, I'm rather busy at present. Upset me, why would he? Oh, I was speaking too fast again, an unfortunate misunderstanding. That merchant has a clear case of altitude sickness. It is not uncommon in those traveling to Urqopacha for the first time. That's cure for most things is mate tea, which is why I was collecting tea leaves earlier. Just as I'd finished packing them into my bag, that was swallowed a packet came and snatched it. Now that I have it back, it's time to get brewing. There you are. He told me everything. It seems I mistakenly sent you on a wild-eyed packet chase. Forgive me. Thanks to his tea, I'm feeling much better. Mate tea is a vital source of nutrients in these highlands. I'm sure you can promote it as a nourishing and potable back in the markets of Filioyo. Why not buy some in bulk now? Ah, you're not only a talented guy, but a convincing salesman. Very well, I'll give your offer some thought. First, might we continue our tour? Thank you again, traveler. I hope that my experience can serve as a lesson for us both to be properly prepared when journeying to high altitudes. Okay. Don't worry, we'll go the other way then. Okay, so welcome back. How did you fare? Perfect specimen. This will surely make for fine mezcal. Tell me, were you aware that it was actually the people of Zacral who taught we Pelo Pelo how to make mezcal? They taught us to make the liquor with agave, but we also learned that using the bulb of a Mega Magu gives the drink a real kick. The Mega Magu would give me a real kick if I tried to procure their bulbs myself. Which is why I can't thank you enough for your help. I have no doubt the batch of mezcal I make with this will be a delight. Okay. Alright. Let's go back to Yolal. Right. Do this for 200,000. Same with that's a fair price for them. Okay. Should be a place to trade scripts. I don't know if I can get them here, but gemstone trade. Metal crowns. Let me go to Revenant's Toll real quick. Just want to trade the scripts I already have. Wait, where's... Revenant's Toll should be here. Yeah, more down. There we go. Yeah, Revenant's Toll looks a lot better now. The texture upgrades, I can tell. Let's see what we can buy here. Let me see. It's recipe book calling for anything that you can only get from... Do I have these yet? Not sure if I do. Let's go to... Go to Offshore and buy some Gobcraft. We'll probably end the stream here soon. Oh, it looks a lot better now. Wow. Usually Gobcraft sells for a good amount. Oh yeah, it is going for a good bounce. Okay. Upcraft is usually pretty good. Okay. We'll buy one more of that. Bundle of it. That's and oh shoot. No, yeah, that was right. Man, it really looks a lot better now. For sure. And where do I exchange the regular scripts? Let's see. I think I do that in Ulda. Yeah, let's go to Ulda and just do it there. And then we'll probably end the stream there. Oh, let me see. Can I buy Etherite tickets? That might help. There was guys. One of them. No, I think it was... Yep. Okay, let me see here. Oh, so no, so Mordona was the right place. I think I just spoke to the wrong person. But that's what it is. It's one of them. Maybe was it? Oh, no, it might be this one actually. Wait. Oh, this one. Script change. Yeah. Alright, I think I'm gonna be ending the stream here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Next stream will continue until you'll yell. Until then, I'll be off for now. Hasta luego, guys. Slangafol.